A number of years ago, I damaged my shoulder. I'm not exactly sure how I did it, but I know I did it. I took pain relievers, and it just got to the point, it progressively got worse and worse and worse, and I was in pain constantly, and I couldn't even raise my arm above my head. Just to put on a sweater or a t-shirt, I was in pain. I would get up in the morning and I'd be in pain. My name is Craig, and I'm from Wausau. Went to a local bone and joint place and examined what they had, and they wanted to do surgery on me. The research I did on shoulder surgery is that the rehab time is about 6 months and you are immobilized, which is, for me, that would be very frustrating. The success rate is also in question of really how successful surgery is. I mean, it's an invasive surgery. You're going to go in and they're going to cut into muscle and tendons and things like that. And to me, I just didn't want to go through that. I didn't want to have 3 months of my arm and shoulder being totally immobilized, and then another 3 months of where it's partially immobilized. So a friend of my wife said I should come here and see what they could do. So I made an appointment with Dr. Grant. He told me he could help me to 75 to 80%, and he could relieve the pain, and he did. First impression was I was surprised at how people were very friendly, very helpful, thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And really, Dr. Grant explained everything. He did a much better job of explaining what was wrong with me and what he was going to do. And I found it very comfortable to talk to him. The treatment was started with an adjustment on my shoulder. The first time. The second time was the sonic part on my shoulder. And that's different. That's very, very different. I had never had that before. And then you have the laser treatment, which is, you can catch up on your sleep there, because it really is comfortable. You just lay there, and the laser, what I found is the laser really helps the healing part of it. And I was surprised, because I'd never heard of using a laser to repair your shoulder or any other part of your body. Just never heard of that. To wake up in the morning and not have any pain is wonderful. To be able to move my shoulder and tinker with a motor and wrenches or just a chainsaw. I use a chainsaw for a wood-burning fireplace. I mean, I'm not in pain at all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I do have aches and pains, but the pain involved in my shoulder is just non-existent. And I feel I can go play golf, 18 holes of golf, and not have a problem at all, which is great. I could not do that prior to the treatment I received. I personally do not think I would have the results if I had surgery. What I found impressive about here was the expectation level was I was going to be 75 to 80% helpful. And they exceeded that. I was astounded at that because I had so much pain in my shoulder that I just didn't think it would. I figured I was going to have some left over, and I just don't. On top of that, surgery is invasive. I mean, they put you under for it. I didn't really want to go under. I've been under before. I don't like doing that. But they're actually cutting into you, and that doesn't thrill me at all. So Dr. Grant and his group did not make any promises that they didn't deliver on. I've recommended 4 people here. One is under treatment right now. I'm working on the other 2. One has a similar issue with her shoulder that I had. Another gentleman has an issue with his back, and I am talking to both of them. I am singing the praises of Dr. Grant and his group, would never hesitate to recommend anybody to come here. If you're in pain and you're considering an alternative to surgery, you need to come here and you need to check it out. No doubt about it, you're talking to a satisfied customer here, very satisfied. And if you think it can't help you, you don't know yet. I didn't know whether it could help me, and they proved that it could help me, and I'm forever grateful for them. Integrated Pain Solutions took my pain away in my shoulder and gave me mobility back into it. They changed my life from living in pain every day to being pain-free.